Hey, I'm Stephen Leake. Welcome to Morning Jams on the Porch with Stephen. It's Monday, June 30th, 2025. I'm in a good mood and just happy to be here. The sun's out and it's a beautiful day. I'm out on the porch just hanging out, playing a little bit of music, and enjoying my day. It's so absolutely gorgeous. Hmm. I've been doing better with my mental health and the way I've been able to balance things. These are pretty heavy times just in general, objectively. If you can manage to somehow stay sane in these times, you're doing a good job. You should be proud of yourself. You need to be talking to your friends and giving them support because they're going through shit that's hard too. And we need to be aware of each other's suffering. Um, we have to be aware of the political polarization that's happening. We can't get so um, worked up over politics that we can't be decent people to each other. The way out of this is common sense and being good to people, treating other people with respect and dignity, not just fighting for the sake of fighting, and getting so desensitized and dehumanizing our fellow man that we just want to fight and just hurt each other. That's not the way forward. We can do it the right way with common sense. We can get out of this together by treating each other right. All we have to do is talk from a place of love and respect, and we can get out of it fine together, and it's not going to be a big deal. Just try not to give in to that instinct for hate and defensiveness. If you can manage to exist in a place of love, there's not much anybody else can do to you. Principles of mutual respect and love is so important. It's what I advocate in my music, in my writing, in my art. It's more important how you react to things. It's more important how you treat other people. Even in war, the wars are going to end eventually. And you will go back to relationships with the people you have fought with, and you'll have to coexist with each other in new ways. If you just commit atrocities that are just gratuitous and disrespectful in diplomatic arenas, nobody's going to want to cooperate with you in the future. It will just make it harder on yourself for somebody to be able to trust you in the future. We will not always exist in such a crazy place. We have to be prepared for when things actually get good and better. Because if we just keep pushing a little bit further, and I promise, if we can just go a couple weeks further beyond what we would wish to quit, we'll break through it, and it'll be a completely different landscape. That's been a principle that has never really failed me. Whenever I feel under pressure, all I have to do is dig deep and push through it long enough for a couple weeks. That's all it really takes, and I can break through to a different way of being. And that's like a spiritual axiom and principle. It's not something you will not always have to exist in hardship. It's not something that will last forever, even though it may feel like it. We also get to enjoy ourselves and have fun and relax and play music and just be happy. Those things are also important and are necessary to function. You should not get so upset that you can't also enjoy life. Or what's the point, right? This is called Spring. It's one of my happy songs. That was really fun to play. And I always thought if it was fun for me to play, it would be fun for you to listen to. I'm not like a wizard on the guitar. I've been working on lyrics and being a poet for like 20 years and focusing on honing my craft in that way. And I've just recently, within the past year, gotten back onto playing music in the guitar. And I'm going to like keep at it for another, I guess, 20 years or whatever until I'm also equally good at guitar. But bear with me as I get better and take lessons for it. I'm constantly chugging coffee and smoking cigarettes, and it's just how I have to be to function and focus properly. Even hot coffee in the summertime is what I like. So I'm an absolute maniac, I think, for that reason. That's still okay. I do wish that our medical professionals and doctors and nurses start taking some responsibility in warning the public about the findings they're seeing and the results of vaccine injuries from the COVID vaccine. There's undeniable shit happening, and so much death and um, injury being caused by that fucking vaccine. And if it is just like no way around it, what it was and what happened. It was just a complete case of absolute mass murder that was done by companies and governments. There's no way around it. It's obvious. And we're going to have to deal with that as a society. We're going to have to. There's no way we cannot. There will not be a legitimate government anywhere in the world that does not address this directly. The way you will know that we have won is won by the Federal Reserve being axed and replaced with something constitutional, with constitutional money, with a trial, some kind of court case or judgment in which people are going to be held accountable for crimes against humanity, seditious conspiracy, and like murder, just mass murder, premeditated. And until that happens, it's not really real or legitimate what's going on. It's still just theater. And it's embarrassing that I'm like one of the only people that talks about it. The fact that most people are is too unpleasant for even most people to even talk about only speaks to how bad it is and dangerous and ridiculous and insane it was. Until we start addressing the things that affected us, the things that caused almost a million U.S. American deaths and global chaos. Until that is addressed, we can't do anything else. And we're just spinning our wheels. Until there's action in the criminal court, in the international criminal court, and in the American justice system that brings people to justice for the crimes committed against the American people. This was a biological weapon unleashed on a civilian population. It is a war crime under any legitimate reasoning. Until other people and politicians start talking like that, I would not take anything seriously coming from the television. And again, that's my personal opinion. It's something I've looked into and studied. So take it for what it is and do your own research. I'm not trying to scare people, but it was something that has to be addressed. There's no way around it. This is the single most consequential event in human history thus far. If it's allowed to just be swept under the rug, it'll never be the same. I personally have friends like who have had parents who had blood clots and turbo cancer from the vaccine and died from it, who just will not talk about it in any way, and are so like eaten up with negative emotion and are overwhelmed by it. They cannot even talk about it, and I will talk about it if they can't. That was fun. Right, being able to write original stuff like that is just something I didn't expect to be able to do. It's just kind of something that happened. I just am like constantly listening and thinking about music. If you ever see me out about town, you will see me having headphones on. I go to the Huddle House in New York every single day. It's my routine. I absolutely love the servers and cooks there. They're really good to me. It's been my experience that regular working people are so infinitely better people than rich people. Not to like compare human beings or anything, but it's just a fact that I've noticed in my own life. Like it's always it's people that are like servers and cooks, and they work in restaurants and stuff that have gone out of their way to be good to me, and even like blue collar guys and like gray collar guys that have been my personal friends and gone out of their way to make me feel loved and appreciated, and like to where like rich people and like wealthy people have like actively fucked me over for what little money I did have in just ways that are just obtuse and ignorant. And it's just like something that I can't even understand. Never underestimate how money will make people do crazy shit. If you can somehow exist without being too obsessed over money, your life would be so much happier and at peace. It's not really something I fuck too much with and even worry about. I am perfectly happy playing guitar and existing on my parents' property, and just like having enough money to just get coffee every day. And I'm like infinitely more happy living like that than like chasing some career that's not something I want to do, and doing like office work or whatever it may be, just for money. Like guys do shit for money because like women, that's what women want. Women demand security and like nice things. Otherwise, men wouldn't even bother. We would just exist in caves, basically. And I get to do like fun, creative stuff that I'm good at and I enjoy. It's an absolute fucking blessing. I'm sorry to cuss like that, but it's the truth. If you can find a way to be happy doing something you love, don't give that opportunity up for anything. Keep at it. Like the whole reason I'm even able to have the little bit of success I do have is because I refuse to give up and just chase something relentlessly over years. I am not even that good or popular, but I just refuse to quit to the point that I got good at it. Like it's just, and I've only been doing this for a few months. It's like March of this year, and I've already got significant numbers on like Spotify and stuff. It's like really humbling almost that like people would appreciate what I do to even bother, because like my shit is from the heart. It's like genuine um, reflection and introspection and like an expression of care and love that is unique to me and how I interact with the world. And it's like that people can see that and they also appreciate it and enjoy it. It's something that gives me endless happiness and meaning and fulfillment. And I could keep doing this just forever, even if I didn't get another dollar or like another like or follower, just purely because I enjoy it. It brings me joy. If you can find a way to be good at something that people can see you love and enjoy doing, you will inspire people whether you're even that good or not into wanting to help you and to like be a part of what you're doing, and like understanding how people what motivates people, and that like you can be successful just purely by being a good person and making that your deal. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna be super complicated. You can just be good at what you do, and that's enough to get you attention and like genuine success. Let's try something new. How about some Ryan Adams? That's Ryan with the R. Oh My Sweet Carolina. I don't usually do a bunch of covers just because it kind of confuses what you're about if you do too many covers. But I do believe in doing a couple like tasteful, interesting, unique kind of interpretations of existing songs. I'm working on selling. I've got a 1974 Vespa. It has less than 50 miles on it. It has never been really driven. It's stayed in is a cream puff that's stayed in the showroom, and I'm trying to get to sell it so I can get equipment and guitars and equipment for a tour and stuff to record with. If you know anybody that like sells or like vehicles with Vespas and like vintage Vespas, like hit me up and on my website stephenleake.com, and I'll be glad to send you pictures and stuff, and you can come check it out if you like. I'm still working on like playing with one hand and like speaking and singing whatever at the same time. So, and I've just kind of started getting to where I can play um, a varied set of stuff, and I'm still working on being able to sing and talk at the same time. So bear with me. It's something I'm gonna do. It just takes time to work at. And I'm having to learn my own stuff one piece at a time. And like learning new stuff is not something you can magically just do a bunch of at once, or else I would have. I really appreciate the people who follow me and like make it a point to hear what I have to say. Everything I like to talk about is stuff I have experience in, and like know firsthand. I don't talk about or opine on things I don't have experience in. I would just not say anything or rather than just make shit up. It's just much easier for me to speak from a place of honesty and genuine authenticity because that's just my default. And I'm just lazy, to be honest. I don't have the fucking wherewithal to be deceitful or lie. It's just too much bandwidth for me. The only way I can exist is to just speak how I feel. That has served me well. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I have not put out a regular video in about a week. It's only because I've been doing stuff with my internet radio, and I'm going to get to a place where I can do all of that smoothly and do regularly scheduled stuff every day. But I'm also working on like a scheduling app. I'm just not good at technology, and I'm having to teach myself how to do all kinds of like new technological stuff. It's probably simple for other people to do, but I've never had to do it. All of this has kind of been an education and crash course in like modern technology for me because I've just existed in an analog way for a long time. It's perfectly fine. It's just a learning curve to it. I have a radio station. For those of you that don't know, on my website, stephenleake.com. That's STEVENLEAKE.com. I also have a website, stephenleakemusic.com. That is my band site. And it's stephenleake.com. That's where you can find my internet radio station, where I do like radio shows about libertarian principles and like basic libertarian tactics for activism and pro-American activity and like political action. There's just basic stuff you can do to maximize your freedom and your voice as a citizen. It's just basic information about civics and how to get involved in like local politics. It's nothing too serious, but it's like just random steps that everybody can take to like use cash as much as you can, and like use a virtual private network when you go online, and basic stuff you can do to increase your privacy and keep your information out of the hands of stupid, greedy corporations. and just stuff like that. It's not like whatever communists do, man. It's not like I will never tell you what to think. I'll only try to help you discern truth for yourself. And that's a big difference between what I do and libertarians do and what communists do and socialists and like Democrats do. I've dated like political strategists from the left, and they will explicitly teach their children like propaganda from the left in a way that's just kind of gross to me. And I don't mean to be so judgmental about stuff like that, but I don't abide like telling kids how to think and what to think. They should be raised to teach to learn for themselves and make their own decisions. Like that's normal. That's a normal thing for Americans to do, is to teach their children how to think and leave them alone and not indoctrinate them. You should not be indoctrinating your children with your politics. You should allow them and trust them to make the right decision because you raised them right. That's basic, fundamental crap. It's ridiculous. I have to even talk about. But apparently, the left will just do whatever the fuck it wants and whatever it takes to win in a manner that is just un-American and is not good for the country. And it all goes back to Saul Alinsky. The Democrats out of Chicago in the 20th century were just gangsters that would do whatever the hell that it took to win, whether it was coercion or criminal shit. It didn't matter. They were just about winning and power. That's not how the rest of America operates. And that's why a small minority has been able to just dictate the terms for everybody else. It's because they do overtly criminal shit all the time. And you can do research and you can validate that yourself. The Democrats out of Chicago specifically are like just gangsters. They're barely even legitimate politicians. Like it is so riddled with organized crime and corruption. You couldn't possibly imagine how fucked up it is. That is not how the rest of the country works. Most of America is like legitimate and works for the people. It's only a small minority that like refuses to operate with dignity, that ruins it for everybody else, and will just do gangster shit all the time. And we are having to watch one small minority in the Democratic Party be overrun by communists and people that do not give a fuck about law. And they were just ruining it for everybody else. We will not be able to have a functioning society if these people are allowed to continue in the manner they have been operating. They cannot just like collapse a border and get like foreign hordes to come in and create chaos in the country without serious consequences to their freedom. These people have to pay with their freedom if there's going to be any kind of correction or justice to be done. You simply cannot allow that kind of shit to take place. The fact that the majority of Democratic leadership that oversaw that is allowed to walk free on the streets of America is a fucking crime. And I hate that I have to cuss, and that I have to take it so seriously, but like, it's a big deal, and you should be upset about it. You have every right to be pissed off about it. What the Democrats have done is like super illegal in so many ways, and like, it's going to take Republicans to standing up to them to just unravel the absolute ball of just clusterfucks that of illegal criminal shit they've done. It is going to eat up the courts for decades, to be frank. And I'm not going to further bother you with how crazy it is. It's just a pain in the ass to deal with people that are criminals. I'm going to play. Sorry to get too serious and heavy about that, but it's just endless with these people. I'm going to play "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd and forget these people even exist for a moment, and maybe like think about my ex-girlfriend who's a good person, so it doesn't bother me too much. This goes out to Amanda Zavella. She was like a serious patriot, and a warrior of the highest order. That was hella fun. Thanks for being here with me for it. Art is such an amazing tool for feeling better and being in like therapeutic stuff. If you do not have a lot of money and you need something to do and a hobby to feel good, think about just picking up a guitar. You can get a used guitar for less than $100 at a pawn shop, and print out tabs almost for just nothing on the internet, and you can learn to play music yourself. It's endlessly rewarding, and it's a way to like feel good and create yourself. And I always advocate people try it. It could not possibly hurt you to pick up a guitar. It's fun. It is not that hard if you just keep trying and practicing. You can endlessly amuse and entertain yourself and do what I do. Just hang out on your front porch and pick some guitar riffs. And it's good for your soul, man. I promise. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. This has been a special day that I'm not going to forget. And we're going to be just fine. And we're going to win. Thanks for being here with me. Take care.